NEET, an acronym standing for not an educational or formal training. It's used to describe a young person who's no longer in school and happily unemployed. Synonyms include things like shut-in, loser, league player. Kinji's a man who spent his early life working his ass off for one reason: to never be an employee. Using his allowance money, he traded stocks until he could buy overseas real estate, generating him a passive income, all without him ever having to get a 9-to-5. Now he spends his time in his giant skyscraper in Tokyo, looking down on all the working class people and making fun of them in his underwear, making him the ultimate NEET. But just as he's at the peak of NEEThood, a portal opens underneath him, snatching him away from the perfect life he created for himself. He ends up in generic Isekai world number 305, whatever this place is called. He gets caught with his pants down by a group of monsters, and this is where the show takes its first step into developing its unique personality. This isn't your regular Isekai, where the main character is some nerd who survives on plot armor. Kinji's enslaved and sent off to work at a mining company. It's not just regular work though, nah, this is straight torture. This is some Russian prison camp stuff, where work's put before the worker's well-being. Productivity is put before things like sleep, food, and happiness. Everyone lives in cramped spaces and only showers once a month. It's like an anime convention.
What's your favorite part about gaming?
I don't know. It's like the escape. I don't know.
This is what can be described as a black business. Wow, that sounds bad. I should probably rephrase that. In Japan, the term black business or black company basically means a sweatshop. If you want to identify a black business, all you've got to do is just look for the suicide nets on the rooftops. Anyway, Kinji has a hard time adjusting to being an employee and only reaches 15% of his monthly quota, dragging his entire team's results down and becoming an actual human anchor. We find out that he had a hard time accepting his newfound poverty, and so he took out a bunch of loans owing 20 million in gold, which is why he was sent to the labor camp. Throughout the series, Kinji's fighting to be lazy, putting in lots of work to not have to do work. He tries to find his way up the mining company's ranks through manipulation and taking advantage of others, including building his own adventuring party. Speaking of which, it's not often that the main character is objectively a piece of shit. Kinji's a massive egotist, seeing himself above everyone else, even when he's deep into poverty. When he gets attacked, he uses his only friend as bait, buying him enough time to go up and look down on the giant creature, which just shows how important him talking down to others really is. When the group finds a magic staff, Kinji uses it to brainwash the mining company's other workers, ruling over them, letting the power get to his head. He forces them to work even harder than the company itself, even when some of them start passing out, and the only thing that stops him is the staff breaking. He's like Mr. Krabs in anime form, and it's a great change from the usual Isekai main characters who are either do-gooders or complete edgelords. Rim's a dragon who attacks Kinji until he offers her a deal to buy her food that tastes better than he does, which sends him even deeper into poverty. They have a mutualistic relationship. As she drains his money daily, she's also an overpowered character who really doesn't care about anything but food, so she can bail the group out of serious situations. I really hate her character design. The show states that she shapeshifts to resemble a teenage girl, right? So then who the fuck decided to show this? This is some serious EDP stuff. Fist bump? There was a scene where they opened a trap chest which had a tentacle monster inside. I want you to guess which character got touched up. Spoiler, if it was Rim, I would have dropped the series. Wanabe's a half crocodile, half human, who's a little slow. This leads him to getting befriended by Kinji, as he's easy to control. With that, we have the main group so far, who go on to form the Dungeon Black Company, Kinji's own organization, which he plans to use to overtake the mining company. I really liked the art style and animation. The backgrounds had life in them, the caves were dark but still had colors popping. Whenever we saw the mining company, it was dirty and cramped, and all the workers looked bored and dead inside. The main character looks like an edgelord, right? But he doesn't act like one. I'm just glad he doesn't look like this. The world's full of demi-humans too, so you'll always have new animal hybrids to look out for. It's high quality. The music's, it's okay, it's nothing special, but there's a couple hidden bangers. So instead of the regular Isekai action show where we have some loser fighting big monsters, here we barely get any action. The main character gets things done through manipulation, and the show feels a lot like a comedy. We get to take an exaggerated look at the working conditions at a black company, and we see Kinji struggling to find his way back to the perfect life he set up for himself as the ultimate NEET. We also see the usual magic and special items you'd find in an Isekai, but it all has a funny twist to it. Like the brainwashing staff from earlier was from an adventure that Rim ate. If you want to see some of your favorite tropes played around with in a funny way and watch Mr. Krabs struggle in an Isekai, then give this show a shot. There's only like 5 episodes out right now, but I think it has the potential to be a nice little B or C tier show. Thanks for watching.
I could be a lazy bum every day for the rest of my life!